This is a Big Facts Network exclusive.
You were the youngest
Yes.
black female
Yes.
in office
Yes.
in Dolton.
Hey, May 8th, I swore in as the first youngest female. About a month after that, they filing papers.
Who's they?
The board of trustees.
What's your take on the political vibe in Atlanta?
I don't really see anybody. It's like they're hidden or they don't barely come outside.
How do you feel knowing that regardless of whatever happens, that you opened the door for others to follow in your footsteps?
So I try to tell people I did it because I love my community.
Do you feel like because you were a black woman, is that why, could that have been some of the reason why you were going through so much of
hands down. They don't want women leading.
What's your thoughts, what's your take on that? Right.
I was the most powerful person in the state of Illinois.
When you first got in office, there was a recall they were recalling from you from the position.
Yes.
Talk to us about that.
So basically, that's where all the jealousy and envy started. People shouldn't judge off of what you hear. This is not high school, but yet y'all treated it as though I was the entertainment. But at the end of the day, I will rise. And as I'm rising, you will watch.
Everyone's talking about my new talk show, Live with Carisha. We shoot live on Thursdays in Atlanta. It's amazing. What are you waiting for? Tap in. Hello, everybody. It's Carisha J, and welcome back to the Live with Carisha show, now streaming on the Big Facts Network. We are live and up close with my new guest today, the beautiful, the entrepreneurial, the boss, Tiffany Henyard. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Welcome to Atlanta.
Thank you.
So for you coming to the city, Atlanta is known as, it's the Mecca. It's known as Black Hollywood. It's known as the city of dreams, especially if you're an entrepreneur, a boss, a creator. So my first question is, what led you to Atlanta?
You just said it. Opportunity.
I love it.
So
I love it. Now, before we dive any further into this interview, I want to get some nitty gritty. First, I want to give a special thank you to all of my sponsors who made this taping happen. Shout out to my sponsors. let me not mess anybody up. Thank you to Stephanie Fontes and Associates with Keller Realty. Thank you to HHF, the hip hop fraternity in Las Vegas. And thank you to, once again, 29 Sky Entertainment, music label, and Uber transfer service in Atlanta. So shout out to all of our sponsors. Now back to you.
yes.
So my next question, how do you envision contributing to community leadership and public service here in the city moving forward?
Well, I believe it's all about education.
Yes.
If you can educate the public, I think they will make better choices, whether it's politics, which I call politricks, or just being an entrepreneur or coming to shop.
Why you call it politricks?
Because the saying goes, if you can trick them, you can beat them.
Yes. Yeah. I like that. Mm-hmm. Now that you're here to the city, what's your take on the political vibe in Atlanta?
It's kind of quiet. From where I come from, everything's fast track. Here it's a little slower, so it's a little too slow for my taste. I'm kind of used to the fast, upbeat. I don't really see anybody, so I'm kind of new to that. I'm used to politicians like myself, always in your face, always on the street, always being one with the people.
Right.
That's what I'm used to. But here, it's like they're hidden, or they don't barely come outside. I don't know. I don't run into them nowhere.
You know, okay, so you haven't seen any of the politicians
No.
outside? Even with the past election we just had?
Nobody came to the doors. I didn't see any of that. So I don't know if your structure is different as it relates to y'all text and email only, or sending out mailers. But I don't see no boots on the ground. That's what I'm used to. I'm used to boots on the ground.
Oh, you don't see boots on the ground in Atlanta?
I do not.
I did see Andre do something with I don't want to misquote on what he did, but he was outside for a few events. But I think they were more in the downtown, like right in the heart of Atlanta. Now, as for like the outskirts of the other cities, your Decatur, your Stockbridge, your Riverdale, your College Park, those political figures, I don't know if they are putting their boots on the ground. But I will say, Andre Dickens be on it. Yeah. I can't speak for anybody else, but have you met him yet? What's your thoughts on Mr. Dickens?
I met him in the past when I was the super mayor. I was the mayor and the supervisor of Thornton Township. Good guy, down to earth, but he already have a base. It's kind of hard to beat the incumbent. So he has a base, so he don't barely have to do much to win his second season.
Right.
I heard his numbers was up there that he didn't have to have a runoff. And that's another thing. Y'all have runoffs here, whereas we don't have a runoff in Illinois. Basically, if you win during the primary, you got the most votes, you won the seat.
Right.
Here is the top 2 that get the most votes. Then you do a runoff, which is coming up in December.
Right. I remember we spoke about that about a week ago. So you said in Dolton? So in Dolton, so if you have the most votes, you won.
Correct.
So in Atlanta, well, I guess in Georgia, they do a runoff where they pick the top 2 candidates.
The top 2 vote getters, yes.
What if the difference is so far, like somebody has 10,000 votes and then the second candidate has like 3,000 votes?
They normally set it, from what my understanding, at a cap. So whoever get the 10,000 votes the most, you got to get over 50%. I'll say that. Whoever gets over 50%, you win. That's why Andre for Atlanta, he won his seat. He got over 50% of the vote. So his competition, he has none.
Right. You're right. He definitely doesn't have any competition. So you certainly landed during a trying time in the world. There's been a lot of conversation lately about members of the Black community leaving the Democratic Party.
Ooh.
Yes, that's been the topic of the day on social media, like in the podcast world. Have you heard anything about that?
Oh yes, they talking, honey.
They are
talking.
They are talking. What's your thoughts about that?
I'm really, really happy that people are entertaining the conversation. I really want people to educate themselves so they understand who does what, how it works, and what's the process.
Right.
Because everybody's pointing the finger at they did it, left, right, okay, whatever.
Right.
But no one's coming with facts. People just talking because they don't like someone. I want people this time around to actually go do your research. Then you can speak with facts and not fictional.
Well, one thing that I've heard from a lot of people is that a lot of people are saying that people keep voting for Democrats or keep voting Democrat, but the Democrats aren't doing anything for the Black community.
That's true.
So okay.
I lived it. That's true.
You lived it. You mean
I lived it because I am a Democrat. I ran as a Democrat. And if you go check my voting record, that's what I always pull, a Democrat ballot. And Democrats really need some help. And I'm here to say it proudly that a lot of them don't belong in the seats that they're in. Residents have to really research them and stop listening because they say they're a Democrat don't mean they for you. They're normally for themselves. You have to really pay attention and change the narrative that we see right now.
right?
Because right now, Republicans are doing a good job to me. This is my opinion.
No, of course.
Everybody got their own opinion.
Everyone has their own opinion.
What, when, where. I'm only speaking because I lived it by me being a Democrat, and my very own is the ones that was attacking me.
Right.
And they're Democrats.
Right.
So make it make sense. And then once they got the seat, they did nothing for the people. So
And you mean the seat back home where you're
back
from?
home in Illinois.
Okay.
Yeah, in Illinois, yes. And I have a song called Stand on Business, my book. And I have a song called To Feed the People.
To feed the people.
Yes. So they're starving the people and feeding the board. My song go, I'm starving the board, I'm feeding the people. And that's what I did. I've always fed the people. You put the people first.
Right.
You will always succeed.
Right. Before you got here today, I was doing my research on you, and I seen you back home doing a food drive.
Yes.
And when she said she was feeding the people, Miss Ma'am was really out there feeding the people. And just to back her up a little bit, you said that the political figures here don't have their boots on the ground. I will say I saw her boots on the ground, honey. She was handing out eggs, turkeys. Like you didn't have your assistants out there. I didn't see no volunteers. I didn't even see no security. I don't know if you had security, and then it was lines of cars. Correct. It looked like thousands of cars that pulled up.
Right, it is. We feed thousands of people every year. We have the largest food pantry in the state of Illinois. And basically now that people have taken over the food pantry, now they're not feeding the people.
No.
They only giving a turkey. When you came and ate from me, your super mayor, I gave you greens, beans, potatoes, yams, you name it, it's in the box. But now they suffering. And that hurts my heart because that's not what public service stands for. It's all about giving back and making a way for those that can't make a way. And then making sure that people understand how to grow from where they are.
Right.
Because a lot of people are content with staying where they are. And I'm not. I always want growth. You should learn something every single day. You're never too old, too young to learn something new.
Have you reached out to the people that took the when you stepped down and somebody take over the pantry back in Illinois?
Well, I didn't step down. I lost my seat over in Illinois, and basically it's a different person that stole the election. So all the stuff that, I will say this about Trump, that Trump states, fake news, election rigging, stealing seats, it is happening. Because it's happening in Illinois. And I was right there to see it at the caucus in December of 2024, where a person came and stole the election. They didn't even let the people in to vote.
What?
Yes, it was voter suppression at its worst. The news covered it. They saw it all, but guess what? No one did anything. People signed affidavits saying they wanted their vote to count, did not count. And that person just stole the seat.
Those are very shocking revelations. So
Yes.
what can we do about that?
Well, the people got to stand up. They got to take a stance, and they can't go mute. They have to come together as a whole, not just 1, 2, 3, 100, 200. It has to be thousands of people to take a stance against corruption, against election rigging. That's why it's a lot of things that Trump say. He's right on point.
Right.
Because I've seen it and I lived it.
I want to go back a little bit about the stealing of the seats back home. So you're saying the person who's in office now back in your city where you came
Correct.
from, you don't think he got that position fair and square?
And I know he did not get that seat fair and square.
Okay.
I know that for a fact because my name was part of being chosen as the supervisor, and several other people that want to put their name in the hat. A caucus. A caucus is where people go and they have one day where the residents come out and they can vote for who they want to place on the ballot. That's how they used to do it way back yonder.
Right.
And now they brought that same thing back, and they had people in the building that was not registered to vote, did not live in Thornton Township, and basically they was in there voting. And that's what I mean by what Trump's saying is true. That is happening in the Democrat Party.
Oh, Lord. Is that what drove you to leave the city and come to Atlanta, or was that part of it?
Well, yes, that's part of it. Basically, I came here for opportunity and growth and basically have a better opportunity for our kid.
Right.
That's pretty
Your daughter.
much, yes.
What's her name again?
Justice.
Y'all, her daughter is so beautiful.
Yes, thank you.
We're going to get into her a little later.
Okay.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's shocking.
Yeah.
That's shocking. Do you feel like because you were a black woman, is that why, could that have been some of the reason why you were going through so much of
hands down. They don't want women leading, especially in the most powerful position that I held.
Right.
I was the most powerful person in the state of Illinois. People that runs for whether it's a judge, whether it's a governor, whether it's mayors or trustees, which y'all call councilmen here, whenever you run, you come to see a person like myself, the supervisor. The supervisor holds the weight of all the votes in the Southland. That was my power. And that's what they tried to, that's what they did when they removed me from office by not allowing me to be on the ballot. I had to run as a write-in, literally run as a write-in. You know, people they're not going to really write you in, especially need so many thousands of people to write your name in. Don't get me wrong, I got some, but it's still an educational campaign that you have to do to win a write-in election.
That's crazy.
But now, they miss me. They crying.
They crying
They want
now.
me to come back.
Would you go back?
No, I'm done with that. Been there, done that. I am done, girl. I'm moving on to something bigger. Because if I would not have went through that, I wouldn't be able to tell my story. Like, everything's a test, but this is my testimony. So now I want to share with the world. I want to educate others to learn and see what people are doing and know how to combat it before it happens to them.
Well said. I want to change gears a little bit. Yeah. There's also been a growing conversation that, back to the Democratic Party we're talking about, that black Republicans are more professionally and financially successful than black Democrats. What's your thoughts? What's your take on that?
Yeah, I can see that. I think they got more structured, more strategic, and I think they move a little different because they listen.
What do you mean when you say they listen?
We over talk. Nobody can educate you because you think you know everything, and that's the problem that people have, and that's why we miss the message. And I think that's what's wrong with America now. We all want to be heard, but no one's pausing to listen. And now we can basically go to the table and say, well, such and such said they want eggs. This person said they want bacon. And instead of us saying, nope, they getting ham and they getting egg whites. That ain't what they want.
Right.
No one's listening, but we're just trying to get past it, and that's the problem.
I feel like, just to piggyback off what you said, I feel like you definitely should take a step back and listen to, especially if you're in the higher up,
Yes.
if you're like a mayor or a president or a council member or a congressman, as you said, you should take a step back and listen to the people.
I agree.
When you were in office, did you like, let me just listen to the people and see what they want and what they need?
Always.
And what did you hear? Like, what did you hear about the community?
Sure, I heard a lot. And so a lot of times they wanted their trees trimmed. Majority of the time they care about the vacants, which we had a lot of vacants in our community. Mm-hmm. So we did.
You mean the unhomed?
Yeah, basically the vacant homes.
Okay.
So basically,
okay.
Yeah. So basically, we basically did demo. So we demo properties that have been vacant for years, been an eyesore. So that was on my roster. We also made sure with the food. I'm real big on the food because when the person prior to me had the seat, they didn't put the things that I placed in the box. When you come get a food box from me, you got everything in the box to do a complete meal.
I saw the box. I saw the boxes.
Even the
it was a big white box, y'all.
Yes. And the seasons in it. You got season salt,
you
garlic.
put seasoning in the box?
Yes, ma'am. You ain't got to go do nothing. You can do some just put it on.
She said you don't even need to go get the Lowry seasoned salt. It's already going to be in the box.
That's right. Amen, sister girl.
I
That's
love
why they
it.
always came and got everything from me. So basically, it's like $150 box. Which when you go to the grocery store now, we spending $200-$300 easily.
I'm telling you.
Easily.
I'm telling you.
And that ain't even the meats.
I'm telling you. What's going on in the grocery store right now is a catastrophe. I went grocery shopping. Have you been to Kroger yet?
Yes.
Kroger has got to do better. I don't know how that compares to back home. What grocery store do y'all have in Dolton?
We got Pete's. Well, it's
Pete's?
not in Dalton, but it's Kansas City. Yep. Pete's
Not a
grocery
Pete's.
store. Yeah.
Okay.
I love it though. So everything's fresh in there.
Okay.
I miss Pete's. I would say
Shout
that.
out to Pete's, because I need to pull up and see if Pete's is doing what Kroger is doing. Yep. Because y'all, I spent $167 at Kroger. I got food for 2 days.
Dang.
Maybe 3. And it wasn't even full meals.
Yes.
I think the first day we made spaghetti. The second day we did something cheap, like some chicken breast and rice. And the third day we had sandwiches.
Oh, wow.
Sandwiches. After I got my sugar, my Kool-Aid, some tea bags, that was like,
Yep.
groceries.
Yes.
My heart goes out to the families, especially this season with Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. My hope is that everybody just has something to eat.
Yes.
Like today on the way over here, I was in a grocery store and the guy behind me at Kroger again. They had chicken. They had already made chicken wings at Kroger. And this is a true story, y'all. Earlier today, he thought the chicken wings were on sale for $6. This was a man who had 2 kids in the line with him.
Wow.
This lady, I felt like she kind of put him on blast because he said that the chicken wings were on sale for $6. She said the chicken wings were $12. I could tell that he didn't have the money, so I just told her to put the chicken wings on my tab. Okay. And I paid for his chicken wings. And I could just see he didn't have to say much. His eyes said enough. Yeah. And I just felt so happy. And I think I'm going to start doing that. We all have to help each other. So whenever I'm in a grocery store, if somebody look like they short, or if I could just, be a lending hand to somebody with the chicken or the flour, the hams, greens, tomatoes, as you said, I'm going to help. Yep. It's a tough time out there.
That's right. I love it. Thank you.
God bless you on that. God, because you definitely will feed the people. Yeah. I'm going to stay on you on that one. So what's your thoughts right now on Donald Trump's and the way his campaign is going for the United States?
Well, I think that, again, people should educate themselves before judging, because a lot of time people always judge a book by its cover. You got to open it up and read.
Right.
If you read, you will find out other truths that is not being broadcast by the fake news. So
I love that. Everybody, I pulled up some of his key achievements. So we're gonna break this down.
Okay.
While we're diving into all things Donald Trump. And these are a few of his key recent achievements.
Okay.
One, the most big thing is the One Big Beautiful Bill, where he's allegedly delivering one of the largest tax cuts in history. Mm-hmm. Another thing is reducing the federal workforce. Something else I found was tightening up border and immigration enforcement, where he declared a national emergency at the border. And lastly, he's working on a Golden Dome missile defense system. So some analysts argued that they don't necessarily help the people, while some are skeptical and some are saying that these type of things that he's doing are only going to help the rich get ahead. Mm-hmm. So my question to you is, do you think any of the key achievements I just listed are going to leave a good mark in history for his campaign as for really helping not the rich, but the working class people?
I do. I think Trump means well, and I think he does a great job on giving back to the people. I really do. In the bill, he had other things that give people tax breaks. I did read over it. And I think that, again, if people educate themselves, they will find what I'm finding instead of listening to somebody that just don't like someone just because of what you heard about it, but don't even know if it's true. You know? So
I hate that. I'm a researcher. I'm not gonna be the one to not like somebody because of what the media or what anybody is saying.
That's what they do.
Child, that's childish.
That's a hate campaign.
That's definitely it. We don't do hate campaigns at Lava Carisha, honey.
Yep.
We go off the heart.
Yes,
So,
that part.
One thing that's amen. One thing that has been a long running conversation on the Lava Carisha platform, and I can't wait to ask you your opinion on this, is do you think the Black community deserves reparations?
Sure. Why not? Why not?
On my cameras. I like her. On my cameras. Okay, so tell us why. Why do you think we do?
It's been a long time that we haven't got part of our dues. And I think it's time to, for someone to step up and make it right. Make us whole. Everyone talks about it. It goes to every single politician. It go on their desk, and nothing ever happens.
Ever.
So someone has to take the stand and actually make that happen. And that's what I mean about we have to all come together. We all come together. It would happen.
It would.
But if it's just 1, 100, 1,000, it's not going to happen. It's not enough people making enough noise about it. More the merrier. But we don't know how to stay unified. We too busy tearing each other down like crabs in a barrel, and I can't stand that for us. I want us to literally just have this round table discussion and actually talk about what is the plan and execute the plan.
Execute the plan, yes.
That's it.
Yes. What would you say would be the first step for us to make it happen, reparations for the Black community?
I think you should get someone from every community, whether that's a mayor, a councilman, a spokesperson for that city, and everyone should be in that room. And we should all talk about whatever people feel that is for them. Because everybody have a different opinion of what it is.
They do.
So then you put it on the board, and then we pick the top 5 or the top 10, and that's what we go after. But we cannot do that if everybody got a different opinion of what it should be.
Right.
And it should all come out to be whatever the top 5 is. That's what I think.
See, a woman,
Structure, baby.
A woman will that's a good start.
Yes.
Because no one has said that. The first thing people say, as soon as you say anything about the Black community getting ahead, the Black community getting any kind of revenue to get ahead, the first thing is an automatic no. But when you start with, let's get a leader from every single area to get into a room, that's the first thing.
That's first.
Before we even talking about a coin or a deposit or a Cash App or a Zelle, we got to get important people from all over the world
that can move
to get to a room and write down our list of what reparations look like for us.
Correct.
Because you're right. Some people might say it's $1 million for everybody. Some people might say it's to clear all the debt that the Black community has. Some people say may wipe away all student loans. We don't know.
I hear so many. That's why I didn't name one, because it's so many.
You're right.
Everybody got an opinion. I'm like, okay, well, whatever you feel is, that's what it is. That's what it is. But we, meaning the leaders, have to take the stance and say, okay, these are the top 5 we're going to go after. And then make it happen. Now you go put it on the floor. You go see your U.S. reps. You go see your Congress, your senators. And now you make them create this bill to give you what you need.
I like that.
But until someone takes the lead, it just going to all be talk. It's all noise. That's like distractions, you ask me. Because after all these years, it's been decades, right?
Decades.
Why haven't nothing happened? Nothing has happened.
Now, Ukraine got a lot of money.
Yeah.
Ukraine got a lot of money.
Yeah, they did.
The Chinese community got some kind of law for their protection. Like, there's been so much that's happened for other people, but not the brown community.
That's true. But one thing I'll say, Trump just gave, everybody $2,000?
Well, did the $2,000 pass?
Yeah, I heard he did.
I heard it. I didn't hear too much about
it. But I haven't seen nothing yet to say, hey, look what he just did. But that's what everyone's stating. Right. But again, that's what I mean about research. But he got a lot of great ideas, but sometimes people got to just pause on the noise. Y'all distracting us with all this other nonsense that really don't matter to the people. What we care about is what are you doing for the people.
Right.
But you're distracting us with this file, that file, this case. Okay, what we gonna do?
Epstein files.
Come on, all this time. Like, please stop. But that's what they do, though. It's a distraction. Until we wake up and see that it's a distraction to keep us from asking for important things like you just stated.
Right.
When are we going to do that?
I love it. Well said. Yeah. I like you, Tiffany.
Yeah,
Miss Tiffany.
Let's
change gears a little bit. So you served as the mayor of Dolton for several years. Looking back, what do you consider the most defining moment of your time in office, and how did that shape your approach to leadership?
Man, this is for anybody that's in the room, anybody that want to be an entrepreneur. If you're in school, got classmates, watch the company you keep.
Oh.
That is so important. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a celebrity, singer, rapper. Watch the company you keep. That would be my defining moment in my tenure as mayor and supervisor. Because the people placed around me, whether they was planted there or people that was there to sabotage me, all that, don't get me wrong, built my character because I'm still pushing and still going. I have the resilience now, but it's just a matter of the people that was around me that wanted to see me fall, and you right next to me. And it's sad because I'm thinking we together, but we ain't together. So I would say that to anybody that's watching. Be wary of the people you call friend. Because friend is a friend end. It's an end in friend. It ain't forever. Everybody can go to the next stage, the next step with you. Sometimes people are there for that season.
Right.
But you gotta understand the reason.
Right.
So you can move on to your next season. But sometimes it don't include the person you came to the party with. And they not okay with that. Then that's when the jealousy come, the envy come, and the sabotage come. So my advice to youth or anybody, it may not just be you, but I'm gonna say you because they still learning, is watch the company you keep. You remember how your mom used to say, hey, watch that little boy you with. Hey, watch that girl you with.
All the time.
Remember how they used to always tell you that? Because it's discernment, right? They saw something, felt something. It's the same thing. And I just want them to see, hey, we going to rise. At the end of the day, we still going to rise, but you got to watch the people closest.
Right on. While you were, let's go back a little bit. While you were in office, did you notice something about somebody around you?
Yeah, always. Like, for instance, what we do is I'll say something here like, oh, that table brown, but I'm going to buy blue in the mall.
Right.
Now, only you and me know that, and him and her, right? But now, tomorrow, if we on the block, and they said, Tiffany buying a blue table. How you know that? Who told you that?
Ooh.
I ain't tell nobody but me, you, him, and her. Why is that out in the streets if we was the only ones in the room? Or if I'm talking to you, I'll just tell you something directly because I just need to know if what's going to happen with it. And then next thing I know, it's on the internet. What the heck? I only told you. It's all kinds of ways that people can figure out who for them and who not.
Right.
But again, you have to be smart enough to want to see the truth. Sometimes people don't want to see the truth because it's their friend.
Right.
Or they love one, family member. Even family does it.
Right.
But you have to pay attention. Just throw a test out there and you'll get your answer. You may not like it, but you're going to get the answer.
Did you find out who that person was during that time, and how did you deal with it? How did you handle them?
You just slowly start cutting ties, cutting people off, but then that's when all the collapsing of things around you start happening because you start cutting them off and they see that you being distant towards them, but now they in control of your whole operation. So if they're in control of your operation, what happens next? Everything start collapsing.
Right.
Now everybody's saying is you is this, but you're never in charge. You have a title, but you're never the one pulling the strings. And that's what people got to understand once they do get in the political arena. Normally, the head is never the person pulling the strings.
Ooh.
You're just I don't call it, you're a puppet, because I mean, you're a puppet. You're just there. You're just a seat warmer. You're just the face of the city, the village, the town. But yet, it's the other people, whether it's the board members running the city or an administrator or a manager. Them the ones normally that run city. But everybody think it's the mayor. It is not.
So while you were mayor, were there people higher up that you had to answer to who might have been, giving you orders or things to do and telling you, listen, we want you to do this, we want you to do that, we want it done this way, and you had no choice but to follow those orders?
Oh, no. That's why I'm not in office today. If I would have followed orders and did attention, I would still be in office because people want you to do what you're told, not do what you want because they feel you are controlled and that I am not. So that's why I'm not there anymore because they had to do this big smear campaign to get me removed from office by making the people not believe in me, not believe that I'm good for a community. But now I love, like I said before, that I'm being vindicated in front of the people right now today because everything I implemented, everything I've done, created for them, they're no longer getting. So it shows you who was for you. And it's crazy because every position I've held, I've turned into surpluses. But yet people claim that we don't have money, but yet y'all spending all the money. Which one is it? And that's what I mean by the residents have to wake up. They have to ask questions, get the answers, get the documentation, and they'll know.
I like that. I looked up one thing that I felt was very amazing that you did, your block by block program, which I felt like was very progressive. Could you tell us about that? Was that where you took houses and you refurnished?
So It was basically an idea,
Okay.
of course, right? No one wants to see you prosper because you came up with the idea.
Right.
So the problem I had was I needed the board to basically support the idea of block by block, which they did in the beginning.
Okay.
But because I wouldn't give it to their friends and their family members and hook this person up, that person up, it never came to fruition.
No.
Never. But guess what they're trying to do now, today?
What?
My idea.
Child, I thought that was a good idea.
I did too, because basically I'll break it down for you. What it entails is each house that's vacant in your city, we had over 400 vacancies, right?
Okay.
Every house that's vacant, if you live on the block, you're the first one that can basically bid on that property. You, the neighbor across the street, another neighbor down the block. Because you might have a loved one, your kid, or your grandma, whoever living in with you, you can move them across the street. You'll get the house for $5,000. That's it, $5,000. I was giving you instant home ownership, and then I was giving you instant equity. $5,000 when the houses is $40,000 on up, depending on the work that's needed.
Right.
And you was getting the ones that was cosmetic. It need no work. It just need paint, some TLC. That's it. The ones that was $1 was for the investors. And the reason why it's $1 is because it needs the most work. You might have to drop a bag, whether it's $40, $50, $100,000 to remodel the house, and then you can sell it. But right then and there, put it before the board, they shot it down every single time. Every time they said no. And to this day, to this very day, you can go and check it out. They're trying to initiate the same program that I basically made up. That's crazy, right?
So that's insane. So this is Illinois, right?
Yeah.
And
Illinois.
I know it's probably a string
yeah.
of vacant houses over there.
Yeah.
So when you try to get this plan, to come to light, and not one single house was.
Nope. They said no. Each and every time. And now they're doing the same thing that I tried to implement while I was in office. So all I try to tell the people is, I'm showing you, is my work is in the pudding, is me doing. But yet you have to want to see what it is and who was basically sabotaging whatever program or anything I try to give to the people. They always said no. But it's for their friends and this and that. Oh yeah, they got it. They got stuff they gave to their friends to this day right now. And that's sad, because that's what I be trying to tell people. Pay attention. You'll see who's really messed up.
At 29 Sky Entertainment, they are introducing fresh talent and creativity to the world. They offer innovative services in marketing, artist development, management, and more. So make sure you follow 29 Sky Entertainment on all social media platforms. They also offer security and truck and Ubering services. That's right, they have all of the resources to help you with your music and deliver your heavy loads all around the world. Don't stress no more as an artist. Find a label that can get behind you and help you get the work done today. Do you feel like if you were a white man doing everything that you wanted to do while you were in office, things would have been easier for you?
Oh yeah, hands down, 100%. Yes. If I was a white
or
man,
just
a black man,
Indian man,
any type of man. If I was just a man, I would be straight right now. I would not be getting attacked. I would still be in office because it's the boys' club. Unfortunately, us women, it's hard to get a seat at the table when I built the table. So it's difficult because no one wants to hear us talk like that. When we really are the structure, we the backbone of the communities. We the big mamas. We the ones that the kids run to. Like, come on, man. Who don't want a woman that got strength and can lead and will lead and not afraid? Like, come on.
As the youngest, you were for those who are new to who Tiffany is, you were the youngest black female in office in Dolton.
In Dolton, in the state of Illinois.
In the state of Illinois.
For a supervisor too. There never been a woman, never been nobody young nor black, meaning me.
There was never anyone black?
No, ma'am. For supervisor.
What?
Yes. So I made history 3 different times. That's what
so how do you feel knowing that regardless of whatever happens, that you opened the door for others to follow in your footsteps?
I love it. I just say this, do it your way. I don't care about what nobody got to say. Do it your way. That way you can sleep at night, you comfortable with it. You got a little flavor, do it. And what I mean by flavor, they going to trip about how you dress, how you look, if your hair done, if you got makeup on. And it's sad because why wouldn't you want us to look that way? Because if we came in and we was ghetto, you'd be like, she ghetto. She can't make all that money. She can't do this and do that. But when we look the part, then you got to say we're doing something other than what we're doing, which is we just look nice. And we had this before we was in office. So what's the difference? That's my point about do research on people. You feel that the office made you. I made $50,000 as a mayor. What is that? That's what I try to tell people. I did it because I love my community. And I still do. I love Dalton. Because them people need a lot of help and they misguided. They've been bamboozled, led astray, hoodwinked, all of the above.
Lord, no, she didn't.
Yes.
You went there.
Yes, I did. Come
She's
on, man.
Hoodwinked, bamboozled. Hallelujah,
Yes.
amen, Miss Tiffany.
Yes.
Poor Dolton.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to them.
Yeah.
I think we should go back and take more food boxes.
Yeah, we should.
For Thanksgiving, can we go and take food or something?
I'm gonna give y'all some love out here this go around.
Okay, you gonna give us okay.
Yeah, I gotta give the ATL some love. I gotta show people what I'm about,
right?
And what I represent. Been there, done that. My parents, everybody, I love them all to death. They getting things out of me. It's just a matter of now it's time to move on. My next chapter.
I love that.
Yeah.
Before we move on, I just want to wrap up this subject. So your time at Dolton, it didn't spark a little public debate and media attention. Mm-hmm. We know you were known as a super mayor. Yes. Now you're starting fresh. How would you respond to any criticism surrounding your leadership in Dolton?
Well, I'm still standing.
Amen.
I feel that people shouldn't judge off of what you hear. This is not high school. But yet y'all treated it as though I was the entertainment. But at the end of the day, I will rise. And as I'm rising, you will watch. So stay tuned.
What do you think people misunderstood most about your tenure?
I think they misunderstood because of my age. And a lot of people judge people because they're young. They think we are not wise. And some of us are wise beyond our age. And people have to get the opportunity to be heard. And that's why I always keep saying that if you would just listen to the conversation the person's delivering, you would be like, oh, okay. It'll make more sense instead of just saying, oh, you young. What that mean? It's people that's older than you that probably ain't did half the things you've done.
Aren't we tired of old white men running the United States?
Well, I wouldn't put I'm tired on a race or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I would just say that if the person's fit for the job, allow them to do the job. Give them the opportunity to grow. Because normally when you come in your first season or first 4 years, you untying and fixing what the prior person have done. But yet you're going to get all the pushback because you in a seat now. But yet you ain't getting an opportunity to fix nothing. It takes time to fix things. It didn't happen overnight. It's 25 years of neglect. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, it might take 2 terms, 3 terms. And certain cities have term limits, which I love. I just think people should have term limits, just like the president and them have term limits. I think every council should have that because it gives people the ability to run for office. If you keep the same people in there, it will never change. Because you know how they say it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. They will never get the new things. Think about it. We got AI now. We got all this technology coming. Older people, unfortunately, I hate to say that, but they not with the technology.
Right.
So they have to maybe take a class or do a conference or whatever for it. But I'm just saying, you have to change with the times. Think about when they changed the pagers and the beepers and things like that. Remember we had the 2-way beeper, you be beep, it'd be then.
Oh, you going back in time.
I'm going way back.
You going a little, I ain't that old. I remember though, slightly. I remember them little beep beep.
Yeah, but I'm saying, remember when they just all of a sudden hit us with the iPhone?
Right.
We had to change.
You had to get the iPhone.
That's my point.
I love it.
So when you're forced to make the change, you have to make the change. Some people don't want to make the change, that they still stuck in that time zone.
Well said. Well said. And then lastly, I did see, I looked up something. I watched a video where you mentioned something about a man interrupting was it a town speech you had or a speech you had in front of the entire, was that a county or office?
Yeah, that's
and you said that
position.
the man was a stalker.
Yes.
And that he even was stalking your family.
Yes.
Would you elaborate a little bit on that?
Sure. That was at we went to town house, a board meeting for my Thornton Township supervisor position.
Right.
And the individual came and disrupted the meeting. And of course, everybody did everything for clicks and views because, again, fake news will report whatever. So then you have all these crazy people that will come and follow whatever they say.
Right.
So then they'll come and be disruptive just to get a click and a view to be posted on the news. So the person came there, which was all set up. So basically came to the board meeting, talking all this mess, making his little statement. And at the end of it, he said, you gone, doop. And from there, it just went up. Fight broke off, and it was all set up because he already came to my home a couple days prior to that.
He did?
Yeah, he did. It's all on tape. It's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, you name it.
So he showed up at your house at night during the day?
At night.
Stalking.
Stalking.
When you first got in office, there was a recall they were recalling from you from the position?
Yes.
Talk to us about that.
So basically, that's where all the jealousy and envy started. My board was being, how can I say it, pushed around by outside interference. And they was forcing them to try to make me do things that I wasn't willing to do. And by not doing those things, they initiated a recall on myself. Just me. Nobody else, just Tiffany Henyard. And I just got in office. I wasn't even in office for 30 days. And yet I was in court trying to be removed from office.
What year was this?
This was 2013. I just got in office. Well, not 13. That's when I came as trustee. 2021, I'm sorry. 2021, I just got in office for mayor. May 8th, I swore in as the first youngest female mayor.
Right.
About a month after that, they filing papers. 2 months later, filed papers.
Who's they?
The board of trustees.
Why?
Because I wouldn't do things that they wanted to do. They thought I was going to be a puppet in the seat. So when we went to court, the judge said, what did she do? Did she do something malice? What did she do? Why are you here? He couldn't believe it. And he said, well, you have to have a reason why you were in court. So every single time when I won court, they'll go back and file an appeal. Then I had to go through the process all over again. I went all the way to the Supreme Court. And to this day, you have case law that's Tiffany Henyard recall. Nobody in the state of Illinois can ever be recalled.
Who got paid?
The lawyers.
Your lawyers.
Not my lawyers.
The ones that sponsored the whole thing.
Yeah, not my lawyers. My lawyers didn't get paid. They had nothing to do with the recalls. The people that they wanted to keep.
Right.
Them the ones I fired when I got in. I fired the previous lawyers because when you become mayor, you pick your own ticket.
Right.
Meaning team to come in to run the city. So that's the lawyers, the accountants. You pick everybody. And my board had a problem with that because that guy or that particular group, I'll say that particular group of attorneys had a problem with me.
So what were some of the things that they asked you to do that you just know you weren't standing for? Can you tell us that?
Well, I can't because it's in my lawsuit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna wait on that. So once the lawsuit hit, then it'll be public information.
Now, I just want to know how, not even 2 months into office and they're trying this, like, but you think because maybe you were a woman, they were trying to take advantage of you?
That's exactly why. It's all about control. I wouldn't do what they want me to do. That's why I know that here, I think it's Stockbridge or something.
Stockbridge?
Yeah, it's the youngest mayor, young guy.
Mr. J.
I would love to talk to him just because I want him to know that you're young. It's going to be a lot of people they're going to send to you to ask you to do certain things. But you got to have that gumption and that pushback to say, nah, I don't want to do that. I ain't doing that. And they're going to be your own friends. It's going to be your own family members that they going to get to. I'm telling you.
Really?
How it go.
So at that time where you're new, you haven't been in office that long, you haven't really got your feet wet, what gave you the boldness and the strength to keep going and not just give up right then and there and say, you know what, this ain't for me. I got to go get a 9-to-5 or something.
Because I was always taught to never, ever give up. Always keep going. It's going to be hurdles. It's going to be issues. It's going to be situations that you're going to be faced with. And you have to make a choice. The key is you have to make a choice. Most people run from it, but me, I want to attack things head on. Because at the end of the day, if you don't put the small fire out while small, it's going to do nothing but get bigger.
Right. That's a heck of a story right there.
Yeah.
So, and that's just so wild. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
You said back in 2000, what time?
21.
So that's almost 4 years ago.
Yes,
when
ma'am.
you just got into office.
Just got elected.
So how did you survive all those years and months? Were they still bothering you after you decided to fight for yourself?
Of course. Oh, yeah. I had turmoil my entire tenure for 4 years.
That has
Because
to be
right
so
after
stressful.
that, 21, they was trying to recall me. When I won at the Supreme Court level, that I could keep my seat. 22, I got appointed to the supervisor of the largest township in the state of Illinois. That's why I told you, God gonna always make a way. No one saw that coming. I didn't even see that coming. I was just in the room. That's the key. Be in the room. I tell everybody that because you never know which way the wind might blow.
Right.
And it blew my way that day. They was fighting over who they was gonna appoint. And at the end, Somebody said my name, got a second. The entire board voted for me to be the supervisor.
And what does that job detail entail as supervisor?
So supervisor, you're over 17 different cities.
Okay.
So that's why in my rap song, I say 17 cities that trying to hold up to my title.
She got bars too, y'all.
Yes.
She rapping.
Yes.
So you're over 17 cities.
17 cities, including my own.
Oh.
And this is where they comes in and they kept saying that she's co-mingling, she's this, because no one liked me being the mayor and the supervisor. So if I'm the supervisor and I'm feeding the people, my city gonna eat too. What you mean they not gonna get no food? What you mean they not gonna get their grass cut? So it's the same thing. So they didn't like that. And that was the problem. I had 2 seats, but both seats are the same area.
But is that still legal though?
It's all legal.
It's legal to
It's
be,
all legal. That's
because
why
they voted you in as supervisor.
No, they voted me in as mayor.
Mayor.
And appointed me as supervisor.
So why? Okay, that's a lot.
That's the hate. Because no one saw that coming. So that made me the most powerful person in the state of Illinois. Because of the 2 big seats that I held, which I ran communities. I was over 190,000 residents, including my own city as a mayor. I was the mayor and their supervisor. So I coined super mayor, super for supervisor and mayor, and I just put it together. And they kept saying, what's a super mayor? You ain't nothing super about you. What are you talking about? It's both my titles. But again, education. No one asks. People just assume I'm saying something cocky. And it wasn't. It was just my titles. You know, we creative as young people, but they don't want to see that.
Right. And what would you say was the biggest challenge with running those 2 positions at the same time?
The company you keep, I would say the biggest challenge. I would tell people never put the same person in both spots because it creates chaos. And that's kind of what it did. Because when one go, then they tear up the city over here. When they get fired from over here, they mess with this.
Right.
So you just want to be careful with that. I wouldn't do that.
So were you in charge of funding too, with that type of position?
No.
You must have a lot to deal with as a
We do.
supervisor and a mayor. Are you getting are you in charge? Are you the one in charge of budget control? Are you the one they gonna get? Okay, we gonna give you $300,000, and you need to make sure you take care of all this and get all this done.
Yeah. So it's a board. It's just like how at the city level, it's a board of 6. And up there, it's a board of 5. But up there at the supervisor level, I get the vote. So it's two trustees to my left, 2 trustees to my right, and then I'm the tiebreaker. So that's the difference with the government. As a mayor, I only break a tie. I don't vote no other time. But there, you vote every single time. So that's the difference. But what I love about the positions is that it allowed me to show community love when there was no love, when they was being neglected, where they didn't get resources. I created Tech Savvy, where you teach the older people how to use their computer, their phones, the AI, all the things that's coming up. I just try to have classes, which is all free.
I saw that. You went a little
free.
hit me, but I know how to keep it going. I saw you doing a video, y'all, where she was teaching the people about looking for tax increases in their files or whatever.
Yeah.
But was that working when you would teach? Did they take receive that information?
Well, yeah. And the crazy part is we have an assessor. Assessor is the one that's supposed to basically cut your taxes down, show you all the credits you're supposed to get, but people weren't doing their job. So that's the other issue. I would come and outshow you on your job, so people got a problem with it. But the people keep coming into my office asking me about it, and that's not what I do. I'm going to show them. So we did that. We talked so many different things, but yet we got outshadowed with all the negativity, but no one showed all the positivity that we've done and accomplished. And then all the surplus. When I got in there, it was a deficit of $4 million. When I left office, we had a surplus over $9 million. So why nobody talks about that? And then every year, surplus. No one talks about any of these things. That's what I mean about do your research, because it's not good news. It's not clickbaitable. So they don't want to hear about your accolades and what you did accomplish and what you did do being so young and what the previous people that were men and people in office did not do. But when I took over the seat, I was able to accomplish all these things that why they didn't do it. And that's why I be telling them, that's why I call it fake news and politics, because they tricked y'all with saying, oh, here a piece of bread, when they could have gave you the whole grocery store. What's wrong? You got the money?
Do you think because you are so young, and I get it a lot too, do you feel like because you are young and more progressive than, a typical person in the office that you're in, that they took you the wrong way, where you probably saying you're coming off as professional, but to them it's she's a little rough around the edges, a little hood.
And I told them that's cool. That's why I got edge control. What you mean?
Oh my
I'm going to
gosh.
always be me.
We love the black girl magic. We love the black girl. And she in the background clocking it. I'm going to go ahead and clock it one more time, too.
Yeah.
She said that's why she got edge control.
Hello.
I love it. I love it. You went through so much. And just one more thing then we're going to move on because I'm not here to talk about the bad. I'm here to give you your flowers because you've been through a lot. Was there ever a time where they put on you that you were misusing the funds? Because you're saying that you had a surplus. When you left, the money was in the green. A surplus is a good thing, I'm guessing.
Of course.
That's not a negative. Last time I checked, a surplus is a good thing.
Of course.
Okay, I'm not a mayor, but I know. Was there ever a time where they got on you and said, listen, you were misusing the money. You overspent here and you overspent here.
Yeah, they always say those type of things. It's clickbaitable, right? But if you go and do your research, you'll see what's spent, how it was spent, what was allocated for what. And guess what? People have to vote on it. So if someone's doing something wrong, everybody votes on those type of things. So where's the wrong at? And if somebody goes somewhere, like they talk about trips or conferences, they call it trips, it's a conference. Okay. Everybody has a budget to travel. So if they go somewhere, the board votes for it. If the board voted for it, what is the problem? And then when they made the news, why am I the only one being talked about when everybody went? That's how your board went. But this is what I'm talking about what I mean by people not asking the right questions. You just heard, oh, just Tiffany. Oh, it was just Tiffany, huh? Nobody else went. We didn't approve this. It wasn't an approved conference. So that's what I mean about people got to just do their research. Stop judging somebody and stop following the hate, because it was just hate. I can't believe that the news partaked in a hate smear campaign like that. And that's why I so appreciate Trump when he say fake news, because it is so true. They only put the narratives they want. We gave them evidence of different things going on. You think they reported any of it? Not one. Evidence. Well, concrete stuff that you can take to court and be like, here go the evidence, here go this, here go that.
Right.
They reported nothing.
So were you able to come back with receipts? Like, yes, I did this, I spent this, but listen, I have receipts all right here.
They got receipts for everything.
Okay,
they got receipts for everything. That's my point. And for everyone. Because everyone went. So it can't just be about Tiffany, and we all went to a conference.
So it's not like you ever went by yourself, let me just take a flight to Bora Bora or Rome for 5 days, or let me just by myself
always
go.
On business. Anybody that know me, I'm all about business. I do not play.
Right.
I don't play them games. We don't do any of that. We go on business. And when we go to the conference, we learning about whatever, and we come back with it, and we see if we can apply it to what we do in our organization. Whether that's, hey, we learned about bringing different type of food into the food pantry. Here's what we need to do, A, B, and C. Okay, how much does it cost? Can we put it in next year's budget? Can this work? That kind of thing. That's what I mean by round table, because you all talk about these things and we make it work. And then you have the board. The board votes on what they agree on, what they don't disagree on. And it's sad because they agree like the government, oh my God, like when it was almost time for me to run for office, the smear campaign, the hate came worse.
Right, really?
Yes, because they did not want me to win my seat. Because no matter what, I had a base out of this world that they could not touch.
A fan base.
Man, do I? Yes. People that really love me and know that I really came and cleaned up the community.
You had somebody come to your store in Atlanta the other day, and before you met with him, he was with his, I think that was his wife, and they were talking about you. Y'all didn't hear the part that they were saying before they actually got to introduce themselves and meet Tiffany. But the guy was like, "Is that Supermare?" I was like, "You mean Miss Tiffany Henyard?" "Yeah, Dolton, from Dolton." I was like, that's her. And at first I'm like, is he gonna be cool? Like, I'm thinking, like, is he gonna rush and be a super fan? But then his wife was like, no, he really loves her. He's like a big fan. He's been a fan of her for years. He's freaking out that he sees her in Atlanta. And I was like, oh God. That's amazing. So it must feel good to know that you are loved.
Yeah.
People love you.
It is. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's good to see.
Even in Atlanta.
Yep.
I love it. Yep. So I move on. Thank you so much for being transparent on those and not being afraid to answer any type of question that we threw at you at Live Creature. You handled it with pose and professionalism.
Yep. Thank you.
You handled. You're an amazing mother.
Yes.
An amazing mother. Yes. I work with so many people, and the interaction that you have with your daughter, I could cry because I just hope when I become a mother that I have that same kind of interaction. Y'all were dancing together. Yep. She looks happy. Yes. Y'all, her daughter is a happy girl. Yes. Beautiful. You can tell she's not one of them kids that's abused or mistreated or ignored or not given like all of the resources to be the best version of herself. Your daughter's amazing.
Yep, thank you.
Yes. Like what kind, absolutely. What kind of legacy do you hope to leave for our young princess?
I love the fact that she's outspoken and she's not afraid to get on the stage or talk and do speaking engagements. Even with me, I let her get on there. Yes, she speak, honey. I was like, come on, Justice.
Her name's Justice.
Justice.
Shout out to
And I
Queen
name her
Princess
that
Justice.
because I fight for justice all the time.
Nice.
And that's how I came up with it.
We love that. We love that. And congratulations on your book, Standing on Business, Fighting for Justice. Yeah. Look, you see how we just, I told you I was going to roll it on. I was going to tie it again. We're going to flow with this one. That's what we're going to do. Call me Queen Flow. So talk to us about the book, Standing on Business, Fighting for Justice, Volume 1, out now on all platforms.
Yes. So Standing on Business is about my tenure of being a mayor and a supervisor. But it just gives you a little glimpse into my personal life of having justice. A lot of times people don't understand the struggles of getting pregnant, having a baby, the complications that come with it. I developed preeclampsia. A lot of people don't know what that is. When you get like a outrageous blood pressure and you go right into labor. So it's a lot of things that I educate people in the book so they can understand where I come from and where I am today. I have Volume 1, 2, and 3. Volume 2 gets into all the lawsuits, all the corruption, all the different things that I was faced with. But Volume 1 is just an introduction to who I am.
Oh, Volume 1 is keeping it cute.
Yes.
Volume 1 is keeping it cute.
Yes,
and then Volume 2, we get to the nitty gritty.
Ooh, let's go.
So when's Volume 2 dropping?
So Volume 2 will be next year because this year, the end of this month, it comes out.
Okay. So Volume 1 is on the way.
Yes, but it probably hit before I know it because they didn't give me a particular date. They said by the end of November, it would be Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, Target, like all the platforms.
We love it. We love it. And for those of y'all who are new to her story, your clothing store, before we wrap up, the New Wave.
Yes.
In College Park. Yes. Amazing clothing store. I love the merch. I actually got my first outfit. I'll definitely be back. Anyone who knows the Diva knows I love to shop. I mean, I'm a lady. We all like to shop. Yeah. So talk to us about what we can expect with your clothing store. She doing it all, y'all.
So basically, everybody was into my fashion during my 4 years.
Oh, yes. That was a big thing. That was a big thing. The fashion. So, she was always dressed.
Always dressed.
And the hair was always laid.
Yes. Thank you. So basically, I want to basically embrace somebody with how I dress. When I'm on a down day like now, like this is something that we carry in our store. This is a Puma outfit.
It's cute too.
So we got different things for a different you. It's just a matter of what you're feeling. I care about people being able to put their hands on the stylist. A lot of times people don't even know what a stylist is. A stylist will style you from head to toe for any event that you have. I don't care if it's a birthday party, going out with your girls. We'll pull a whole rack for you. And you come in, you tell us your size, it be on the rack, and you go in the dressing room and you pick what outfit you want to wear for that evening or that weekend. And that's what I wanted to do, give people a little vibe of some fashion. Oh. That's why in the naming of the New Wave, this is the new wave. This is our new era. This is where we're going. And then in it say from ashes to icon. And it talks about how I became who I am. Because a lot of people started from the bottom, now they're here. So now we just climbing.
She just been throwing us balls all night on Lava Carisha. Started from the bottom, now she's here.
Yes.
What other bars you gonna give us, Miss Tiffany?
Man, we didn't come to play. We come to slay.
Oh my God. Stop. Please stop. Don't do it again. No, not really. You got one more? I'm not supposed to be having this much fun. She said, we didn't. Did you just say we didn't come to play? We came to slay.
That part.
Clock it. Yes. I love it. So the New Wave clothing store is open Monday through Friday. Monday through Sunday, all 7 days a week.
That's not Monday. You mean it's Tuesday through Sunday?
Tuesday through Sunday. Yes. Okay, don't go on Monday. It's Tuesday through Sunday. What's the hours of operation?
So right now we're changing them. Before that was from 11 to 8. Mm-hmm. But as you know, that area is a party area. So we're gonna change probably Thursday, Friday, from 7 p.m. to 2 in the morning.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. Shout out to that. Yeah. I think we got to all of the nitty gritty. My last question: as a mayor, should a mayor take the job because they love the people, or should they take the job because they love the job as mayor?
I think they should take the job because they love the people, because the people is your boss. The people is who keep you in office, take you out of office. But also, you want to do the job that you love, not do the job just because it's a job or you looking for a title. You know, you don't want that. You want to make sure that you getting up every day to something you love. Like how every day you come to this, you love it.
I do.
So you're gonna do it hands down no matter what. If you're doing it because of the accolades, like just for money or clout or power or positioning or whatever, it would never work. You will always be miserable, and you'll just be like, oh, I gotta go to this, oh, again today. You would not love what you do, and you won't put your all into it. You won't be creative with it. You won't be able to expand or have any positive thinking moving forward, or you'll be a one-term, and you don't want that. You want to love what you do.
I love that. Now, before we go, is there anything that you feel like you want the people to know, any last remarks or messages you want to leave out to anybody, even to your haters?
Well,
Besides that, her edges are laid. She has a book on the way.
Yes.
She has a man.
Yes.
She has a beautiful daughter.
Yes.
She's still going.
That part. Got a clothing store.
She's got a clothing store.
And you never know where you might see Tiffany Henyard. I'm on the move. Remember my song, Ain't No Stopping Us Now. We on the move. So I just want you guys to keep us in your prayer. Remember what God has for you is for you. No one can take that from you no matter how hard they try. But this ain't the last you've seen of Tiffany Henyard.
Well, you heard it. This is not the last you've seen of Tiffany Henyard. She has given us the exclusive here today, her first major interview at La Lucretia. Make sure you watch and subscribe and share this show, streaming now on the Big Facts Network. That is all of my time. As always, stay fabulous, stay blessed. Peace. Ooh, I like that one.